Hey guys, welcome back to Six Side Calcio. Today I'm joined with Danny over here. Enzo and Joe were unavailable, unfortunately, but today it's just the Franny and Danny show. So we have a really good match day recap for you and a lot of rumors scurrying around in various clubs here that I'm sure you guys are eager to hear our opinions about. So let's just get right into the match day 33 recap first. Danny, I'm going to let you start it off here.
Yeah, so hey guys, welcome back. So the first match we had here was the Atalanta and Brescia, the Bergamo, I think it's the Lombardy Derby, they call it there?
I think so.
Yeah. And it was wow, like what a match by Atalanta. Brescia, yeah, they're already packing up for the Serie B. They had a little fight in the first half, making 1-1. With Torre Grosso's goal in the 8th minute, canceling out Palacinac's second minute goal. And it was just a performance on Atalanta's part. Their attack is phenomenal. I think they're maybe top 5 in the world right now with stat-wise off of goals. And they're just so smooth going up. And they control the tempo of the game so well. And one guy I want to give a shout out to, Malinowski. That guy, his left foot's phenomenal. The goal he scored against Juve, I think it was.
Yeah.
And the goal now, it was phenomenal. Duvan Zapata continues to shine. Palasinac actually had a hat-trick. Oh, no, he had 2 goals. Pardon me. Oh, no, he had a hat-trick.
No, he did have a hat-trick there. Yeah, he had a
hat-trick. Yeah, pardon me. I missed the 6th goal. There was too many to count, actually. So, so, again, Tonelli, once again, for Brescia, he really poor performance, in my opinion. He got the assist on the second goal, but, again, that means nothing when you're down 6-1. So, yeah, that's what I have to say. Atalanta continues to shine, and now I think they're 7 points behind Juve. It's going to be a weird seeing Atalanta second, but it's also going to be interesting seeing a close title race for the first time in a few years.
Yeah, for sure. Just going back on this game, Atalanta, I actually thought, I was talking to my friends over here, and I thought it was going to be an 8-0 victory for Atalanta, but it's pretty close, 6-2. Brescia, they put up a little fight at the beginning, but after Dirun scored, they're like, okay, fuck this. We're not good enough to beat Atalanta. And Atalanta are really proving the team that they need to be proving. The defense just needs a little bit of work in this upcoming transfer window, but their attack is just scary. And just quick prayer to Muriel, who couldn't be at the game against Brescia because he got injured. I think he slipped at the edge of his pool, and he was just in the hospital getting stitches. Yeah. So that's the reason why. Imagine if Muriel was.
I don't think they would have played them. I honestly don't think they would have played them. Their team was just wow. It even got so bad that they took out Sportello.
Yeah.
At one point. Or unless did he suffer an injury or did he?
I
can't recall. I stopped watching after 6-1 to be honest.
Sportiello, great keeper. Met him when he came down over here to Vaughan when he used to play for Frosinone. Quality guy. All right, moving on. We got Bologna, Napoli. Danny, I'm gonna let you take it away here.
I don't know where to start. In my opinion, this was probably one of the worst matches I've seen Napoli play all season, and probably the worst match I've seen them play since Gattuso took over, even in a while. I just don't know what happened. I don't know if it's the fatigue kicking in or if they just, again, had another letdown. But Bologna, gotta give them credit. They outplayed us the whole match. They could have easily won this game 3-1. They had a few, I think 2 goals that were offside that came back from offside. They checked VAR. Manolas got the goal, which was a beautiful set piece by Politano. Once Manolas scored, I thought Napoli were going to wake up and just take over the game, but clearly they didn't. Give Bologna credit. They hung in there after those 2 goals that were disallowed because of VAR. Musa Barro continues to perform. He's been hot lately, and he's a really good player to watch. Soriano was a pain in the side for us the whole game. And again, it's just Napoli, and I like it's hard to say, but without Insigne and Mertens, they look lost. In the front three, I did not like Milik at all. I thought he was useless, absolutely useless this game. He could be someone that could be out the door in the next few weeks. Politano, if it wasn't for the assist, he was invisible too. He, the same moves all the time, cut into his left, shoot it at the goalie. The only one that I think I can give an effort to, like I give an applause because of his effort, was Lozano. He was causing havoc for Bologna's defense all game. And there was one point where he deked out maybe 3 or 4 guys, took the shot, got unlucky that it curved last second and went wide. But for me, next game against Udinese, I want to see Insigne, Mertens, and Lozano up top. I feel like that could be the best trio we have. Callion, I think he's done too. He did nothing when he came in. So, yeah, it was just a tough game to watch for Napoli. And hopefully they improve for Udinese. And they just close up the season well, because we have a really tough game against Barca after the season. And we have 2 big games with Inter and Lazio heading into that Barca game. So hopefully Napoli can close out the season really well and maybe get that 5th or continue to stay 6th.
Yeah, I just want to say something quickly here. Napoli, I do think it is a fatigue problem. Watching the game, I just think, there's like 5 games after the season. They've been playing 3 days apart, haven't really been rotating as well as they should be. And I just feel like it's just a fatigue. The players are tired. Against like the lower teams like Bologna, I feel like they let their foot off the gas a bit, just because they feel like it's not as challenging and they want to save their energy and stamina, attacking power for the bigger teams like Lazio, like Inter, like Barcelona. So I think that's the main problem here. But really good game on Bologna's part.
Give him credit.
I'm a little surprised Orsolini didn't start. I know he's been one of their best players. When I saw the lineup when it first came out and Orsolini wasn't there, I'm like, well, that's a little strange. But he came in, he did what he needed to do, battle, like you said. Phenomenal season he's having, this kid. He's been incredible for Bologna, and he got that goal that Bologna were looking for all game. And
he's been hot lately too. I think he's got in the last 8 games, he's got 6 goals or something like that. He's incredible
really
for him.
He's really been grabbing Bologna on his back and really been helping them score some goals and get into games where they should be losing or drawing. And in this game, I feel like Napoli is very lucky to walk away with the draw here.
Yeah, no, very, very lucky. A draw right here is okay, at least you, I could suck it up that, okay, we got outplayed, we walked out with a draw. That's a steal. But the way we played, it's not good enough. I wasn't pissed that we drew to Bologna, because, I know Bologna is a good side. And if we did, play good and we drew, okay, whatever. But just the way we played just pissed me off. It's not because I want them to play good every game. Some games you just get unlucky and shit happens. But we didn't even play good. Our off-ball movement was horrendous. I didn't like it at all. Our defensive center backs were good. Manolas and Koulibaly played really well. Di Lorenzo, our defense played pretty good. Just a few mental laps here and there, but I just didn't like the way our team played. It looked like we had no creativity, especially up front. We had nothing. And for me, Politano was supposed to be that guy that creates the plays, kind of like what Insigne does, but he was absolutely useless this game. It was better off that he didn't play. I wish now, we can't go back and change the game, but hopefully for the game against Udinese, Gattuso realizes, okay, maybe I should start Mertens, Insigne, and give Lozano a chance at the right wing position. Let's see what he can do with Mertens and Insigne alongside him, and just go all out against Udinese. Just see what side will fit best, and also with give Allen a chance too. For me, I know he's lost it a little bit, and I think it's because he wants out. But just give him a chance, see what he has left in the tank, and if he doesn't perform well, then bench him and then sell him. So hopefully next game I see a different Napoli side, or else it's not going to look good for Champions League.
Yeah, the Juve fan in me really hoped to see that Napoli in the Coppa Italia final. But anyway, we got the Milan game, Parma. For me, I was very disappointed in this game. Obviously, I had Parma as my dark horses, finishing ninth place, and since the restart, they haven't been sharp. They've been losing a lot of games, and the games they shouldn't be losing, games they should be losing. They just looked poor off the ball, on the ball. They lack creativity. Milan's been on hot form though. I got excited when Kurtic scored right before
Yeah,
halftime. But then
Parma was playing really good in the first half. They played
yeah,
really good, and then
that's
they
why
just fell apart.
I had high hopes for them in the second half. I don't know what happened in the locker room. I don't know if it was purely motivating his men, maybe the Zlatan effect, or I don't know if Parma started getting the champagne bottles out of the half, celebrating that they're winning against AC Milan. But the second half, Parma looked lost. Milan came in banging goals with Kesse on form lately, and Romagnoli and Calhanoglu. They just came in, and it was brutal for Parma, but a really good dominant victory for AC Milan.
Yeah,
Who's on form for what fifth? They're
they're
close to Napoli and Roma for
seventh
fifth,
now.
correct?
Yes, they're seventh now. I think tied with Napoli on 50
Okay.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
just
three
like
teams are those three
battling
teams
for
are
fifth.
battling
But I
for
think
fifth.
for
Makes
Napoli,
sense.
I think just they want to finish as high as they could, since they already have like the Europa League with the Coppa Italia. But again,
Yeah.
back to your point. Yeah, what a second half performance by Milan. They flipped the switch and they just took over. Calhanoglu, I think for me was the man of the match. He had two assists and 1 goal. Romagnoli got his first goal of the season, and Frank Kessie continues to be on form. I think he's scoring 4 straight games now. I'm pretty sure. And Bonaventura again continues to make an impact every time he plays. He had an assist on the Calhanoglu goal. And Milan, yeah, they've been looking good. Pioli's got the team figured out now. He's got the players are playing for him now. And I just want to know what's going to happen with Milan when Ronick, I think it is. Ronick is going to come in. And I don't know. For me, I don't think that's the best move. Because if Milan's playing really good with Pioli, and then you bring in a new coach, you don't know how the players are going to react. You don't they're going to have to adjust to his system, his style of play, and it's just going to be a hot mess next season. So who knows if Milan this season, if they go with Pioli, maybe next season they could contend for Champions League. But I have no idea if what's going to happen with them if Ronick comes in. And I think if they bring in Ronick, that's a really bad move unless Pioli starts to struggle next season. So I would just give Pioli this season and then go in next season with him and see what happens with Milan.
Yeah, this just feels like it's a FIFA career mode over here. Reports I'm reading, Ragnick is going to be Milan's sporting director and coach. I don't know how he's gonna do that.
Oh yeah, because Maldini's leaving, right?
Yeah, that's what the reports were saying. He's gonna be the new sporting director and manager. I mean, this isn't career mode. I just don't think sacking Pioli with what he's doing with this Milan side. Obviously, he's new coach. He came in, if I'm not mistaken, like January around. He came in. He didn't start the season with Milan. I don't think.
No, he came in around December, January.
Yeah, so the guy hasn't even had a full season yet. He's had a lot of injuries. He didn't have a transfer window really to buy who he really wanted. He's really starting to get the team clicking now. Give him a full season, see how he's doing. And even Zlatan, he's not on board with it. He says, I don't even know who a Ragnick is. He said he wants world-class managers, and I agree. I think that's what Milan need to do. I think they need to stick with Pioli to build Milan up. And if like Danny said, if they do struggle, then get another manager. But if you're going to get another manager, get a manager that is well known in the industry, whether it be another Serie A manager or a manager from abroad that's a really good manager that's well known. I don't think anyone knows who Ragnick is other than the Milan board.
And then I think he coached Leipzig, so he's really known in Germany. But I don't know how good he was at Germany. I have no idea. I thought I didn't even know who he was until a few weeks ago.
Until he was linked with Milan, I had no idea who he was. Not even Zlatan knows who he is. And I also think I could be mistaken here, but I'm pretty sure Zlatan said he's gonna leave Milan if the direction is going.
I think he's going to leave either way. I think he wants to go back to Sweden just to end his career.
Yeah, he's got
knows?
his 100 games. Congratulations, by the way. He got his 100 games for Milan.
I think he's got 100 games everywhere he went. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think for Juve, because he left after the scandal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, but he definitely has over 100 games in Serie A. We could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully everything works out. I know the Milan fans would want to keep Zlatan, a really good presence on and off the field. And let's hope. For me, I think Pioli's doing a great job with this Milan.
Me too. As of late, he's doing a phenomenal job. I remember they were struggling, and then once the break happened, and then they came back, he took over Milan, and they've been really well. They've been doing really well.
Yeah.
So let's see what they can do to end the season, and hopefully, I want him to stay because not even just as not as a Milan fan. I'm not even a Milan fan. I'm just saying as a Milan fan, if your team is doing well,
there's no
reason to fix stuff. Just upgrade what you need, and don't fix the whole thing. So I don't even think Pioli is the problem. I just don't think the players are. In my opinion, I don't think there's a few players that shouldn't even be playing for Milan. I'm just looking at the history and stuff. There's a few players that shouldn't be playing for Milan, and Pioli has to work where he has. So it's not his fault, and he's doing a phenomenal job as of late. So let's see if he can maintain this even next season, or maybe next season he leaves and then he goes to a bigger club. Who knows?
Yeah, we never know what happens. I just wish the best for Pioli. I've always liked him as a manager. I always think he's a decent manager, not a world-class manager, but a good manager to bring a struggling team up to where they need to be, and that's exactly what he's doing with this Milan team. This Milan team, after the minute Pioli stepped in, has been fighting for Europa League, especially as of late, and I think they could get it if they go on the run that they're going on. They continue it.
I think so too.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on, we got Sampdoria Cagliari. This was just a very, very dominant performance for Sampdoria. I was shocked here. I thought the game would be a closer game, maybe a 4-2 Cagliari, I thought, in my opinion. But Cagliari just got, I don't know what happened. I think they've already packed up their bags. They've went on vacation. The players, I think they're relaxing on the beach. I don't think they're in the right state of mind to be playing Serie A games anymore. After what I saw, this was just Sampdoria just came in.
Yeah, this is a surprise for me. It's a big surprise. Give a shout to Federico Bonazzoli, who I actually don't mind him as a player. He's actually a pretty good player, in my opinion. He got a brace, and I'm pretty sure I didn't watch the game, but I'm pretty sure his second goal was a screamer. It was wow. It was a really good goal. Gotta give them credit. They played good, Sampdoria. I'm pretty sure they're still battling for to stay in the Serie A. Oh no, they're close. Yeah. There's 9 points ahead of Lecce. So right now I think they're pretty in a good position to stay in Serie A. But what a performance by them. And yeah, Cagliari again, what happened to them? They just fell off the face of the earth since the beginning of the season. Since they bet Napoli and that run they went on, they just fell off. And yeah, it's sad to see a team like any team to fall off. Say you have a really good start to the season, and then by where are we? July now. Say around April, May, at the time during the normal season, just to fall off and not even be top 10. It's kind of sad, but it also could be the players are giving up. The coaches lost their locker room. A lot of bullshit happening behind the game. And in the locker room and stuff. So yeah, it's sad to see Cagliari fall off, but Sampdoria again, congratulations on a big 3-0 win, and I'm pretty sure now they can stay up in Serie A. So that's big for them.
Well, it's also Nangolan. What happened to him? Is he injured or is everything?
I don't think he was playing. I don't think he played this game.
He didn't. I haven't seen him in a couple of games in Nangolan, so I don't know what's going on with him. He's obviously a big factor for Cagliari. He's obviously a very decisive player.
I'm pretty sure
him.
he's injured. I'm pretty sure he suffered like a
I think
serious
maybe
injury.
That's why Cagliari are on the down low. They're struggling a bit. Nangolan really rejuvenates the side. Really creates for the attack up there.
Yeah, they even started João Pedro.
Yeah, which is surprising. So I don't know what's happening with Cagliari. Maybe players are falling out with coaches, or
who knows.
We never know.
They just had a big fall off. That's all I know. That's all I can say. They just fell off big time.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. This was a snooze fest. Lazio Udinese, a snooze fest that I celebrate every day. Lazio, I don't know what's wrong with them. I feel like if Lazio would win the games that they were supposed to win, they'd be top of the Serie A right now. Obviously, Juve haven't been on good form, but Lazio are just they're really wanting Juve to win the Scudetto, because every time Juve lose points, they seem to lose points. And these were big 3 points to lose for Lazio against Udinese. Yep. Not an easy side, but a game they should have won, especially with the team they have and the form they're on. They should have won this game, but it was a 0-0 draw. Very, very boring game. Udinese, thank you so much from a Juve fan. Thank you. Because of you, we get an extra night's of sleep with a little extra comfort. Now worrying about Inter and Atalanta, and Lazio's starting to fall down in the picture. But
yeah,
very boring game.
Again, invisible.
Immobile, without a pen, that guy, I don't see anything special in Immobile. I think Belotti needs to start for the Euros as a striker, but numbers don't lie, and Immobile is unfortunately probably going to start. Hopefully he gets better, but I don't see anything special in him. Good player for Lazio, does what he needs to do, but he's not he reminds me of Lautaro. He's not
a big game player.
Well, I wouldn't even consider Udinese a big game.
No, but still, like, any time, because Lazio, right now, every game's a big game.
He doesn't step up to the plate when it matters. I think that's the message.
You know what? I gotta give credit to Udinese. They hung in there against a really good Lazio side. And shout out to DePaul, for my opinion, was man of the match. I got to rewatch this match because I just wanted to see what went wrong for Lazio. And for me, DePaul created a lot of chances. He was really good on the day. Yeah. And I like DePaul as a player, personally.
Really good midfielder, very underrated.
Very good midfielder, really strong. He's fast. He can play mid. He can play right mid. He can play center forward if he has to. I really like DePaul, and I think he's a player, too, that could be a name to watch out for this summer transfer. And I think he's the type of player that's bigger than the club, and I think Udinese will make a lot of profit off of him if they sell him.
Yeah, but obviously Udinese are going to want to hold on to DePaul. I think Udinese's only saving grace. I think without you sell DePaul, I think Udinese is going down to Serie B. He's the only
it depends who they buy, because they if they can get like 35-40 million for him, which I think that's what they want. Yeah, I think they can go out and get a few good players, like low-key good players, not like that can come cheap and that they're reliable, that can help them. That's all they have to do. That's what small teams need to do. They need to make profit off these big guys that they have, say like a DePaul, like Torino with Belotti, and just rebuild from the money they get from them. And that's how they'll be successful in the future.
Yeah, of course. But if I was Udinese's owner here, I'd be saying, no, we're not selling DePaul. These are saving grace. And if we were to sell him,
I think he's the captain too.
It would make sense if he is. I would want 50 million for him. I think with Udinese, there's no need for them to sell him unless he wants to go. Which if I were him, I'd want to go. I know he has links with Napoli, if I'm not mistaken, and other Serie A teams. So if I was DePaul, I'd be going to the office and say, listen, I've been at Udinese for so and so. I think it's time to really show who I am and show what quality player I am, and show it at a bigger club, especially under Gattuso. I think that'd be a really good move for Napoli and DePaul. not so much for Udinese, but they'd be getting a really good profit out of it. But enough of that game. Now we move to Fiorentina Lecce. Very dominant performance by Fiorentina. Lecce, they're Lecce. They could be going down to Serie B, the way they're playing, but glad to see Chiesa back in form, on and off player. But other than that, Cutrone scored, and it was pretty funny when he scored. He took off Iacchini's hat and was celebrating with the hat, so that made me chuckle a bit. But a really dominant performance for Fiorentina. I wouldn't say it was Atalanta level dominance, but it was dominance to the point they did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win. And Lecce they look to be going to Serie B, in my opinion.
I think they are too.
What are your thoughts on the game then?
Again, Fiorentina outclassed Lecce. For me, Chiesa had a really strong match. Cutrone had a really strong match. Again, those two guys, they're big players. Those are the big players for Fiorentina. They have to step up every game if they want to win or they want a chance at winning. And they did today. That's the one thing I like about Chiesa. For me, he's a good player. I like Chiesa.
Inconsistent.
And he's just way too inconsistent. And for me, I feel like he tries to do too much with the ball. And he tries to do everything himself. If he became more of a team player, gets those assists here and there, passes it when he needs to, pass in the final third, cross it in for Cutrone or whatever. For me, he would be a phenomenal winger, maybe starting for Italy. Right now,
in a way, I don't blame Chiesa in a way for being a sort of ball hog. I feel like Boga's the same way at Sassuolo. Well, I think in their minds they feel like they are the team. Like for Chiesa, he has Cutrone now. He has Ribery, who sometimes plays, sometimes doesn't. He's been on and off the season with injuries and whatnot. But I feel like there's no real like Chiesa. When you think of Fiorentina and you think of like the talent of Fiorentina, you automatically think of Chiesa. He's obviously a really good player, just very inconsistent. I feel like he has a lot of pressure on him, similar to what Bernardeschi did at Fiorentina. When you have a lot of pressure, you don't really have. It's like Dybala at Palermo. He was really good at Palermo because he was the main focus, like Lukaku at Everton. I think Chiesa is the main focus at Fiorentina, but he's not a goal scorer. Like Danny said, he needs to be creating chances.
He needs to become a playmaker.
He does. I
think this is why my opinion thinks he wants to be the goal scorer, and the type of player he is, and what position he plays, usually when he's on the right wing, you can't be a goal scorer, but you can be a great playmaker, and I feel like that's what Chiesa can be. He can be a great playmaker. Yeah. I think he just needs a few pieces. Like Cutrone is a really good player, in my opinion, like a really good striker for a team like Fiorentina. And too bad he's on loan, but I think Simeone's on loan at Cagliari too. He might come back at the end of the season. So I would like to see if Simeone comes back with the season he just had, and with Chiesa as well. Those two could be a great pairing in the Serie A, and maybe just start the serving at Vlasic. What's the serving guy? That's pretty good too.
On Fiorentina.
Fiorentina, yeah.
Who are you talking?
Dusan. He's the left wing. He plays left wing.
Oh.
The one Enzo likes a lot, which he's a good player as well.
Yeah, Vlahovic,
yeah. Thank you. For me, I think those three can be a great trio to watch out for, if that's what Fiorentina does in the future. But we'll see. But again, back to the game. They had a really good game against Lecce, and hopefully they close out the season well, because they're in 13th place, which is not ideal for them. For me, I had them, I think, top 8 this year, and they really failed to meet my expectations.
I had them 5th place, Danny. It's better than me.
Yeah, I had them I had them top 10 at least. Hopefully they close out the season well, and then they just build for next season.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Morning now, wherever you're listening to it, sit down, get a coffee, get a water, get some lunch, or whatever needs be. This is going to be very, very long. We have Juventus versus Sassuolo. I'm gonna go off for a bit. I'm gonna go on a little rant here.
Let me just start. I'll start off.
Let Danny start off. Say what you need to say, and then.
My opinion. What a game by Sassuolo. Oh my goodness, they battled hard. When they were down 2-0 in the first, I think it was like the first 15 minutes they were down. Yeah, 12 minutes with Danilo scoring a nice goal on his birthday and Higuain getting a goal. It hurts me to say that. I thought the game was over, in my opinion. And watching the game, I still watch the game because I go, okay, it's Sassuolo. At least if they can get a goal before the second half starts, before the halftime, they'll be fine. I think they'll be back in the game. And as I said that, Juric got a really nice goal. Caputo assist. My boy, which I said, I think he's one of the most underrated players in Serie A. And he got an assist on the first goal. And then they just took over that second half. But Ardi, what a free kick that was.
Yeah.
And Caputo, what a nice finish he had. And when it was 3-2 at Sassuolo, I'm looking, I go, are they really going to lose Juventus? And then Alexandro scored off the corner, and it was a corner, right?
It was off the corner, yeah.
Yeah. And then, what a match it was. It was a great match to watch. As a neutral, I was surprised at the way Sassuolo battled back. And for me, Sassuolo is kind of like a cheap Atalanta. They can attack really well, but the defense is not the greatest. And it was shown here on the game. And for me, Sassuolo, I think they were the better side. And Juve, they dropped a lot of points, 2 points, big 2 points. And
huge.
It was just huge. And for me, I know, Fred, you're going to probably strangle me after the podcast for saying this, but that was the difference between an Allegri Juve, and I think Joe can agree with this, and the Sarri Juve. Allegri Juve, they're up 2-0, the game's going to end 2-0. With Sarri, I think he doesn't know how to defend, he doesn't teach Juventus how to defend a lead, he just wants more goals. And that's the problem with even Napoli too. When Sarri coached Napoli, we can never keep a clean sheet. Games would be 2-0, 90th minute, they would score, get a goal. It would always end 2-1 or something. We can never keep a clean sheet. And for me, that's what the problem is with Sarri. And he's not a good coach for defense, but he's a good coach for attacking, playing with the ball, controlling the mid, whatever. And that's the problem with Juve right now. They can't defend big leads because of Sarri's tactics. And I'm going to let you take the floor here. That's all I have to say for this match. And give credit to Sassuolo. They played really well. And they're actually a pretty fun side to watch if you have a chance to watch them.
All right. Now I'm going to go off here. Danilo. Great, fantastic goal on his birthday. When he scored that absolute banger, instantly in my head, I was on my knees thanking Maradona. I thought maybe, it was his birthday, maybe Maradona gave him a little present to make him play better. And I'm like, you know what, this could be the start of something new for Danilo. Scored a really good goal, boosted his confidence, really good. 5th minute, he scored that goal. After that, I feel like there's no fans in the stadium. I feel like he was imagining fans scream his name as he scored that goal. I feel like he was celebrating that goal for the entire game because he forgot where he was. Danilo literally forgot where he was on the field. I'm going to get into him later on, but in the second goal, Danilo was hugging Alexandro on the left. I know they used to play for Porto together, but he was hugging them on the left, and he wasn't on the right side. I think he forgot where he was. I think he thinks like it was like a FIFA game where he scored, he paused, he ran around his living room celebrating. He went to go get a nice coffee or whatever it may be, and he forgot that he was actually in a professional soccer game where positioning matters. It wasn't a house league game. But anyway, Higuain scored a nice goal, opening 12 minutes. After I saw that, I'm like, you know what? We're playing really well. We gotta keep this lead. Sassuolo had a little chance, really shaking. If it wasn't for Szczesny, Sassuolo would have won this game. In my opinion, Szczesny was man of the match, the saves he was making. So the fact that we were 2-0 up, it was a little safety blanket for me. I felt comfortable. I felt, you know what? If the Swallows score, we'll have to get one more. I always said we have to get a third. We have to get a third. Juricic just split our defense open. Just split them wide open. I don't know what happened there. With the midfield and the defense, it was just split wide open, and they scored. And then I'm like, fuck, here it is. I said, we got to get one more. Halftime comes on. I see Rugani come on. Before this first half, I was screaming to Sarri, even though he can't hear me, Sarri, take the lid off. This is the third game in a row now that De Ligt has went down with holding his shoulder, the same shoulder. And he continues on. He comes off the field. He waits for 2 minutes, comes back on. And at this point, I think he went down with his shoulder injury like for the third time. And it's just a thing of we're aggravating his injury. We need him for Champions League. We need him to finish off the Scudetto. We need him in the future. I don't understand. I was at a loss. I saw we had Bonucci on the bench and we had Di Matteo on the bench. Not one of them made an appearance. I see Rugani coming on. For fuck's sakes, we have Bonucci and Di Matteo. Why is Rugani coming on? After the Milan performance, Sarri's really going to trust Rugani. And then I see, okay, it's for Chiellini. So not even De Ligt's coming off. Chiellini's coming off, which I understand. He hasn't played in a while. I think he got a little sore. I think he pulled a muscle or something. And so it was he's not 100% fully fit. He was just trying to ease into the Serie A. So I understand. But for Rugani, that's when my heart started beating. The free kick, Danny, I want to ask you something here.
Yes.
When you're like 4 years old, 5 years old, the one thing, the fundamental of soccer they teach you is not to be scared of the ball. When the ball is getting kicked, you do not be scared of the ball. I think it was Higuain and Ronaldo. I can't remember the two players now. They're in the wall. They're standing their ground. Berardis, he kicks the ball. But Higuain and Ronaldo dodge the ball like it's dodgeball, split the wall wide open, and it goes right into the top corner. I want to understand why they're scared of the ball. They're professional soccer players here.
Don't ask me.
If they stood their ground, the ball would have hit them in the head.
And then just fake an injury for 10 seconds.
They would have blocked the ball, and that's what would have happened. Instead, both of them, they dodged the ball opposite direction, split the wall. The stupidest thing I've ever seen from Juventus. The stupidest thing. And a score. Szczesny couldn't get to that.
No, it was a really well-placed free kick.
It was a really good free kick. The thing that pissed me off about it was the fact that I'm pretty sure it was Higuain and Ronaldo. I know Higuain was one of the players. Split the wall. They split the wall because they're scared of the ball. That pissed me off. And when they scored that to tie it up 2-2, I'm like, we're fucked. I said we're fucked. At that moment in time, I knew we were fucked. Because I know Rugani is playing defense. Rugani and Danilo were on the same. I'm pretty sure they were on the same side. So I'm like, oh, it's.
Yeah, because Danilo was playing left back.
Yeah.
No,
he was playing right back.
Yeah, my apologies.
So I'm like, we're fucked. Then Caputo's goal came. Great goal, right, Caputo. But this is what I don't understand. And Danilo was playing right back. Caputo scored wide open on the right side because Danilo was hugging Alexandro, his Porto best friend. I will never understood why he was there. I have no idea why he was even close to that side. But he was on that side, he was out of position, and that costed us the goal. And Rugani, his mind is somewhere else. He's picking daisies on the field. I don't know what this guy's doing, but he doesn't pay attention defensively. I love Rugani as a player, as a person. I think he's a very nice, humble guy. I think it's time to go for the guy. He send him to the Serie B, send him to the Serie C. I don't care where you send this guy. Just give him to Arsenal for 20 million. Sell him to China for 35. I don't care. I think it's time to go for him. He just every time he gets a chance and you think he's doing good, he always fucks it up. And this was another moment. He had a terrible game against Milan. I'm like, this is a redemption game. It's a swallow. and he comes on at halftime. By the 54th minute, it's like, 10 minutes, he's already conceded 2 goals. Then I'm like, oh, we're fucked. Then Dybala came on, Rabiot came on, I'm like, okay, let's fight for the draw here, because whatever happens, we cannot lose. And then Costa came on for Bernardeschi, buddy. Chance after chance we give. He starts almost every game now, Bernardeschi. And he's not creating, he's not passing, he's not shooting, he's not scoring. He barely comes back on defense. I don't know what this guy's doing. I'm lost on him. I don't know what he's doing on the field. He needs to go. I send him back to Fiorentina. Send him to Manchester. I don't care where this guy goes, but he needs to go. He needs out. I'll rip up his contract. Send him for like 20 million too. I don't care. Lose a profit on him. He needs to go. It's his time. It's his time. But Costa came in, really changed the game. Sandro off of a beautiful header off the corner to make it 3-3, and we could have made it 4-3. We could have made it 5-3. Ronaldo wide open net. All he has to do is put some power into it. Those big legs that he trains every day. You see on his Instagram story with Georgina promoting him. Oh, look at Cristiano working out today with Cristiano Jr. pumping his legs on that stupid machine. All for what? For fuck all, because he didn't do anything with his legs. He literally, it's like in baseball, he bunted the ball. I don't know what the hell that was. It happens to the best of us. But come on, Cristiano, you can't miss from there. Rabiot, wide open header. All you have to do is tap it in the net. And him and Ronaldo swap mindsets in that mentality. Rabiot, all he has to do is tap it in the net. He did the hard part. He jumped, he got the ball. All you have to do is tap it in the net. And what did he do? He fucked it up. Dybala, he had a nice chance. All you have to do, put a little power. I don't know. I don't even want to know what happened with that Dybala chance. But we, again, Sassuolo could have won the game. Szczesny was man of the match. I don't care what anyone says. Szczesny was man of the match. The saves this guy was making was incredible. It was incredible. And then one thing I have to say. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Every time Juventus tie, Juventus lose, I go on Twitter and I see Sarri hate. I see Bonucci hate. First of all, Bonucci didn't play this game. He needed a rest. He's played every game in Serie A basically. I think he's missed 1 or 2 games. He needs a rest. I'm glad. I would have put him on instead of Rugani. But, the guy needed a rest. I think he was a little sore. I think he pulled something. He wasn't fully fit. This is what needs to happen. Bonucci is not a god. Say what he wants. You could say he needs to hold Chiellini's hand for to be good. He's not a god. When you have Rugani and Danilo on one side of him, the guy can't produce miracles. You have Dumb and Dumber in the defense with Rugani and Danilo. The stupidest thing. With Sarri. Everyone on Twitter, the second Sarri, like Danny said, Allegri's side would have went up 2-0 and would have never conceded. Allegri's Juventus would have scored 1 goal. We would have parked the bus for the entire game, and we would have conceded because we would park the bus and let them attack. That's what would have happened with Allegri's Juventus. Sarri, at least he has little balls and wants to attack. Allegri, when he first came, people need to understand this. When Allegri came to Juventus, he had Carlos Tevez, Paul Pogba, Arturo Vidal, Andrea Pirlo. He had Chiellini, Bonucci, and Brazzali in their primes, in my opinion, in their primes. He had Lichtsteiner, a right back who actually played defense. He knew his role. He played defense. He wasn't attacking. He played right back. He played defense. He had Patrice Evra, quality left back. Sarri comes to Juventus, he has Milan Pjanic. He has Sami Khedira. I like Matuidi, but you're comparing him to Pirlo and Pogba, Vidal. He has Blaise Matuidi. He has Chiellini, who was injured for the entire season. He has De Ligt, whose first season in an actual league, not the stupid Dutch Farmers League. His first season in an actual league, De Ligt. Bonucci, okay, he has Bonucci. He has Danilo, who doesn't even know what is right from his left. He had to convert a veteran right winger Cuadrado into a right back this season for how shit Danilo is. Alexandro is on his own planet, thinking the guy's a left winger, thinking he could play. He's Usain Bolt over there, where he could run all the way to the corner flag, lose the ball, and somehow make it back, which he can't. He can, but in his mindset, he can. So you have that. On top of that, yes, he has Ronaldo. Yes, he has Dybala. But he also has Bernardeschi on the right. The guy's lost. Sarri needs a chance. Let him finish. If he loses the Scudetto, I agree, sack him. It's time to go. But if he could hold on, give him the chance. There's this stupid report saying if he loses to Lazio, Pirlo's going to be the new Juventus coach. And all this shit. Fuck that. Pirlo's not ready to be the new Juventus coach. Let him develop the under-23 players like what he's hired to do. If Sarri gets sacked, Martesguido takes over. But give him the end of the season. If he loses the Scudetto, he loses the Scudetto. That's it. Okay? But other than that, give Sarri a chance. Give him a transfer window. You fans, be patient. We're a little too needy with winning. We're a little too used to winning. But anyway, fair play to Sassuolo. They took our weaknesses. They knew what they were, and they took it, and they took their chance as well. So fair play. Now the Scudetto is going to be a tight race, which is good for the neutral fans, not good for Juve fans. Fair play to Sassuolo. And that's my rant over. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Amen. Okay, so now we go on to a less stressful game. Nice calm game of Roma versus Verona. Enzo gave us his opinion on the game. Since he couldn't be here, he said that he was very happy with the Fonseca playing the 3-4-2-1.
Yeah.
He also says in the new formation it fits the team better, and also benefits players like Spinazzola and also Bruno Perez. He also goes in the match. Ibanez has been really impressive.
He has.
He impressed Enzo a lot, and he's got similar qualities to Marquinhos. He's very good with the ball. He's very good playing with the ball as a center back, and he's fast and plays with a lot of passion and his heart. And he also states that Mancini and Vertut played really well. Mancini has been becoming a leader on the team, and Vertut, he says that Vertut's been Roma's best player all season.
Yeah,
I can agree with that. And he also texted me too after saying Vertut is probably the best defensive midfield in the league, and I can agree with that too. Vertut's been having a phenomenal season for Roma. He's been one to watch for sure, and it seems like he's been picking up under Fonseca, a very better player now than he was at Fiorentina, and also when he was with the Premier League. Enzo says Pellegrini needs to utilize his tools much better. He has the quality, but doesn't use it a lot. I can agree with that. For me, Pellegrini is very inconsistent. A few games he can look like Pirlo, and then he'll fall down and just be invisible. I think we can both agree on that, Franny, that Pellegrini is very inconsistent.
Yeah.
Mkhitaryan has been great, and he's been
really
a crucial player for Roma, which I agree with as well. And for me, Mkhitaryan, I think if you want to talk about signings of the summer for Roma, I'm pretty sure you can go, in my opinion, it'll be Vertut, Smalling, and then Mkhitaryan, the top three signings so far for them. And then he also says finally, Diawara is definitely one of the best players, and he's one of the best players on Roma as well, and he's been sensational every game he's played, and every game he's played since the Sampdoria match. He brings a much needed coming presence. I can agree with that too. Since at Napoli he wasn't the greatest player, and for me, I don't think he fit our system really good, especially under Ancelotti. So I'm happy to see him do well at Roma. I really like the kid. He scored a big goal for us. But for me, it's just too bad he didn't pan out for us because I was really high on him. And I think Enzo can agree with this statement too. He's probably, maybe besides Vertut may be Roma's best midfielder this year.
Yeah, he's been really solid for Roma.
Yeah, and I think Roma fans are really happy to have him, especially Enzo. I know he's really happy to have Diawara. There's a few times that he would mess up, but that's because he's a young kid. He's still developing his game, and I think he could be a really good player for Roma in the future. He could be a key asset with him and Zaniolo, maybe Pellegrini if they keep him. They could be fun players to watch out for. But right now, Diawara for me is probably Roma's second best midfielder behind Vertut. And yeah, Verona, for me, they've been a little slipping too. They haven't been playing well since the break. They've been a lot. I was watching the match, and the commentary said it best. Since the break, they've conceded a lot of goals, and they haven't had one clean sheet since the break. Which before the break, they were really well defensively, really well organized. I guess it's just because they don't have a deep squad, and the fatigue's kicking in with them. And it's sad to see because Verona were one team that they were surprising. Now they're just falling down the table. But they're still a good side to watch. If you like if you want to look for a decent team, like an underrated team, a fun team to watch, I would recommend watching a Verona game, especially when they can defend. For me, their backline is really good when Kubala, Ramani, and Guter play with Faroni on the right, and then Lazovic on the left, who for me is a really underrated player in the league. And it was just a good match for Roma. They continue to win. They're 5 points up on Napoli, and yeah, so it's a big win. And let's see what they can do now against Inter this week, which is the next game we're gonna get into. Yeah, there's not much to say about this game. Just Inter dominating Spal. Wasn't even close. A lot of goals came off of crosses, back post, and headers back in. It was just a really well performance by Inter. It's good to see them getting back to form after a few tough results. It's just a big game for them. It was a big game for them. I think now they're 2 points or 3 points behind Atalanta for the second place, if I'm correct. They're above. They're 1 point.
Sure second. Yeah, 1 point.
They're
above
1 point above Atalanta.
6
points behind Juve. So it's a big win for them. Anytime they can get a win, especially this late in the season, to try compete with Juventus is huge.
Important. Yeah.
So let's see if they can continue this. They have a really big match coming up against Roma, which we'll get into in a couple of moments. And then the last game of the match day, very free. Torino, big 3-0 win over Genoa, who looked to be going. I don't want to say they look to be going down, but the way they've been playing, I think they could go down. It's gonna be either them or Lecce. Torino, big 3-0 win to get them just a little bit above the relegation zone. Belotti, for me, was world class this game. He was phenomenal. Continues to perform well. I think he's got goals in the last three out of the 4 matches. And when this guy gets us going, he's one of the best strikers in Italy, and he's going to continue to perform. So he needs to be big, especially as the captain and the main goal scorer on Torino if they want to stay up in Serie A.
Yeah, for sure.
And now let's get into the match day 34. Yeah, the first match we have is Atalanta versus Verona. I'm going to say Atalanta wins this match. Not easily because I believe that Verona's defense could hang on, but I think it's going to be a 2-1 victory.
I'm going to say 3-1 for Atalanta, but a very ugly 3-1. I think Verona's going to really put on the pressure, and Atalanta is just going to show their attacking dominance.
Yep. And then the next match we have is Cagliari versus Sassuolo, which is also a surprisingly interesting matchup for me. I think Sassuolo has enough attacking power to win this match 2-1. I give it another 2-1 win.
Based on recent performances, I'm going to go with a huge Sassuolo win. I'm going to say 3-0 for Sassuolo.
Okay. And then this one's also interesting. I want to see what Bologna side comes out this game against Milan. Hopefully the Bologna side that came out against Napoli comes out against Milan. I'm going to say maybe 1-0 Milan win.
If it's the same Bologna from the Napoli side, I'm gonna say it's a 2-1 Milan.
Okay, the next match we have Parma versus Sampdoria. Based off last week, I think Parma are gonna come back angry and maybe win this match 2-0.
Parma really need to start whipping into form here. I'm gonna say 4-2 Parma.
Okay, and then this is a huge match for both sides, especially the relegation battle. Genoa versus Lecce. I think this game could end in a 0-0 draw.
I'm gonna say a 2-2 draw. I think there will be goals.
Okay, and then we'll skip the Napoli one for last. We'll go with Brescia versus Spal. Another, I think this is a snoozer. I'm gonna give it 1-0 Spal with a Petagno goal.
I'll say 3-1 Spal.
Okay, and then the next match, Fiorentina and Torino. Ooh, it's interesting. I think Fiorentina takes this one. You know what? I'm gonna say Torino wins this one 2-1.
I'm gonna say a 3-3 draw here.
Okay, now we go to Napoli Udinese. Fran, I'll let you take this one.
I think Napoli's gonna win. I think it's a must win for them. I think Udinese is gonna come under pressure. I think it's not gonna be what we're expected of seeing with the recent Napoli, but I think it's gonna be a very ugly 2-0 win for Napoli.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna say this game could end either in a big Napoli win or a tie. I think it depends how we come out in the first 25 minutes. If we come out ready to play like we did against Milan, against Roma, it could get ugly for Udinese. Or if we come out like we did against Bologna, Udinese will stay in the match. They'll continue to pressure Napoli, stay in the match, fight to the end. But I think Napoli could get a big 2-0 win. And then here are the matches of, I can't believe they're on at the same time. I can't believe that. We're going to start with...
they're not.
Oh, they're not? Oh, no, the next day, yes.
Roma,
Pardon me,
yes. Roma enters Sunday and Juve Lazio's Monday.
Monday, yep. Pardon me. I just saw the time and I thought they were the same.
That'd be crazy. Imagine they were on the same
time. I would lose my mind because those
I'd lose my mind too.
Those are two matches. These are the two matches I'm actually I really don't want to miss them. We'll start with Roma versus Inter. Ooh, you know what? The way Inter's been playing lately, I know they just bet Spal 4-0, so they're gonna come off on the high. I think Roma can take this one. The way Roma have been playing lately, they've been really impressive to watch, and I think Roma can get a 1-0 victory.
Hopefully Zaniolo's fit enough to start this game against Inter, his former team. I really want Roma to win. Enzo, please talk to Roma. Make sure they win this game for us. I think this is tough. You know what? I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna say very, very, very entertaining game. I'm gonna say 3-2 to Roma.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna change the score prediction. I think it's gonna be I think maybe, you know what? I'm gonna say 3-2 as well. I think Roma can win this one, 3-2. This one, this is tough too, but I think the Scudetto race for Lazio is over, and I think this game's gonna put the nail in the coffin. I think Juve are gonna beat them 3-0.
Maurizio, this is difficult. Sarri's never been able to beat Lazio this season. He's really been struggling against Inzaghi's men, but Lazio's been on poor form as are Juve. The only thing that's going for us right now is Sarri. The rumors of him leaving. I think I'm going to start a petition after this podcast to allow Maurizio Sarri just to smoke, just for this one game. Allow him to smoke on the field. Let his nerves go out. I think he's going to be on the edge of his seat. I think that stupid notebook he writes in, I think it's going to be ripped up after this game. I think he's actually going to be a man and start yelling at the team on the sidelines like he should, not on his nice little Juventus chair with the stupid cigarette butt and his stupid notepad. I think he's going to really take charge in this one. Ronaldo's he can't, if he loses Scudetto, he can't have all the hate come to him, the poor little Cristiano. So I think Juventus is going to win this one. I think it's going to be 2-0, and I think we're going to see a new Juventus against this Lazio side.
Yeah, and that's wraps up the match day 34, and then the match day 33 recap. just want to say thank you guys again for all the support and love you've been giving us over the past few weeks. It's hard to post every day the podcast and stuff, so we try our best to do it when we can. Sorry we couldn't get last week's podcast up, but at least we got this one up. It's a tough little stretch because of all the games happening fast, and then there's only certain days off that we can do the podcast, and some days we'll be busy with, say, six-side stuff. A few of us are doing schooling, summer school. So once again, guys, thank you for the support and love you've been giving us. We wouldn't be doing this with all you guys, and continue to support. We'll continue to post out daily content for you guys. We're actually really improving on our edits and stuff, so luckily for that. Fran, you want to say anything before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone who supports us, so whether it's on the Instagram, the Twitter, the podcast, wherever you listen.
And on YouTube
Spotify,
as well.
Apple Podcast, YouTube, wherever it may be. Just stay in the loop. There could be a surprise coming for the Juve Lazio game. Might be a watch along. Might not be. Depends how our schedules align. And if we get it set up, we'll definitely keep you guys posted on the bigger games. But keep up. We'll keep you guys updated. And thanks a lot. Ciao.
Ciao, guys.
I was nothing but loyal to you and from the start.